So in today's video, we're going to review. So we've got a project to finish up, and hopefully this will be the last one of me adjusting or fixing my sprinkler heads from the previous install. What's going on is I've got a head that has never produced enough pressure to be able to actually lift and spray correctly. And my theory is, in the beginning, is that there may be a rock or something clogging the line and therefore not allowing it to get enough pressure. But we're going to dig down, trace the funny pipe back to the main poly, and then see where we need to go from there. So let's do it. Now the sprinkler head in question is this one right here, and I've waited to really do anything with it is because I've had to keep boosting it up, and when I boosted it I did change out the head, but this is the issue. And that's all I get. It's not the nozzle, it's not the head. But what I'm thinking is we've got a rock or something in the funny pipe line, and that's what's causing the issue. So we're going to need to dig it all the way out and replace that and see what the problem is when we get back to the main line. Now, like I've said, I've waited to get this taken care of is because this has been nothing but a massive chore and a deal with the neighbors. What I'm going to eventually have to do is raise this up a little bit, because as you can see there is a definite difference, and then it rises back up here as we get farther south, and it kind of has a little gully right here that we're gonna have to lift up probably about 3 inches, and we're gonna just basically do a complete renovation of this entire backyard. This over here where that head is, we'll have to lower about 2 inches and get everything nice and level again. But now that this retaining wall is up, hopefully we won't have any more further problems, but we're going to get this sprinkler system or sprinkler head fixed. So let's go. Okay, so I have no idea how far I'm going to be digging on this. I was not here when they installed the system, and no pictures were taken, so kudos to Jeremy of the Greener Lawn for being smart enough to be able to take pictures so that he has something to reference back to. Unfortunately, I'm just going to have to dig down and follow that funny pipe back to the poly and then go from there. I'll probably just have to cut the entire funny pipe off and reinstall new stuff. I'm having a suspicion that there is a rock somewhere that is causing the line to clog. About 2 years ago, I found on my drip line that there was a rock that had gotten stuck into the line when they installed it. So I'm not going to be surprised if I find that with this. Well, it appears that my memory is failing me, because now funny pipe is heading back this direction, so I'm not sure exactly where it's heading. Hopefully it doesn't go underneath these Castle Rock walls, otherwise I'm gonna have to figure something else out. Okay, well, as you can see, it is bending over and coming this direction now. So again, I thought this was going to be a chore, and it ended up being bigger than I thought, but looks like we're going to be heading back this direction some way. Hopefully it doesn't curve off or do anything like that, but we'll eventually find it. Okay, so I was wrong. It may not be a rock. I think what it is if you can see, this is literally kinked and comes back the other direction. It was bent just like this, so that would be the reason why it's probably not getting any sort of flow to the head. So I'm gonna dig a little farther, see what I can find, but see what's going on. Okay, so we're going to check to see if this is the problem. If I turn this on and it's got pressure to it, that kink is most likely the problem. And I won't have to cut it open, but I'm going to have to figure something else out here in just a second, but let's give it a shot. Look at that. Full pressure. What do you know? No problems. As you can see, there's the main poly, and this was literally bent and kinked right there, not allowing anything. They literally bent it over to move it back over here. I think it's because we had a discussion about how it was not getting coverage back there, and that was their simple solution. If this is your way of ever installing a sprinkler line and you do sprinklers for a living, you need to probably never install sprinklers again. Okay, so found out what the problem was. Funny pipe was kinked. I've cut that off. You can see a little bit what's left of the kink right there after it's been unbent. Cut that off. I've now capped this end. If I ever wanted to spur off and put a head up here somewhere, I could. But what we're going to do, and this is the good news, is I lost footage from when I did the front mow strips, and I used these Kwik-taps, or these blazing saddles, as they're called. And the good news is I get to actually use one of these to fix this problem, because to be able to try to bend it backwards wasn't going to work very well. And with this elbow, I'll be able to turn it back the right direction and get it done right. So you simply just take this, make sure that your poly pipe is cleaned off, there's no dirt or debris. Flip the collar around, like so. Again, make sure there's no dirt in there. Then you simply just take the threaded end, and what's going to happen is as this threads down, this is going to puncture the poly pipe and then seal itself. So there's no leaks, there's no worries, there's no nothing. Now when I puncture this, there'll probably be a little bit of residual water. That's all right. Now, as you can see, the Kwik-tap or the blazing saddle is on. I will probably dig a little bit of this out, let this lower down just a little bit, but keep it up at an angle so it'll drain. And if I ever want to add a head, all I have to do is cut this off, apply more funny pipe, and run the funny pipe to the new head, and that'll give me some more options in that way. But now I can go back the direction that I wanted to go without kinking anything. Okay. Now, to apply this, we just got to heat the pipe up just a little bit. Slide right on. Okay, so we're just going to measure this out. Just do a rough cut. We can trim it back. Make sure that it's always easier to trim a little than to trim a lot or be too short. Which, Jeremy, I already know what it's like to be too short. Now we'll supply this. Like butter. Now I'm just going to rough set this head. We're going to be backfilling and doing all the renovation on this probably next spring. Getting everything leveled out again. We won't be doing it now, so I'm just setting it roughly, and then we will have to do a readjustment. If I have to splice anything on, I can do that, but hopefully this will be the end of our digging.
Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for notifications on any future videos being posted. Also, like, share with your friends, and comment down below. It really helps. And we'll see you in the next one.